It is.
You think you're a real content creator because you're in a different background?
No. Oh man, I'm just a regular old Joe, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what I'm saying? Just a regular old Joe.
I remember Junior Ron said, same OG.
Yeah, 'cause I like to ride the pony. Like you to ride the pony.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
remember.
sounds crazy, didn't it?
Take it back, take it back.
My pony.
Don't make me spit my food out.
Ready. And then we
Oh, that's your bald head dance look. Jamal, what is we talking about today? Okay, y'all, so we in the house tonight because, we got to practice for when the weather change. It's about to be cold outside. So,
I don't know now. You know that heat be bumping in the car.
yeah, that heat feel good. And then you got to turn that car off and you be like, brr, you got to run in the house.
That's why you sit in the car so long, because it be cold out here.
Man. But we might sit here, we got our little kids in the background. You see the ones and the twos, the them. So what we talking about?
Just 4 stresses of my life.
Which is why you bald.
You the reason I'm bald.
Don't believe him. What we talking about?
Yeah, I had some gray hair too, you know what I'm saying? I just plucked the gray hair from
Oh
my
yeah, because
nose
somebody at
earlier.
church show you had some hair in your nose when he was talking to you.
Yeah, man, shout out Daniel, you know what I'm saying? D told me I had a little situation.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight's conversation.
Oh, you remember when we went to go see tonight's conversation? That was like the best time. I enjoyed that, but I'm so sad they're not what they used to be. But that was like one of the best dates you took me on. Tonight's conversation. It was so much fun.
I just went for a trip.
I love Trip. Trip, I put your picture on my TikTok when we took it together. Oh my gosh, that's like I got like 4,000 likes. But I really liked him though. But that was like the best time ever.
What we talking about? Come on, man. Get into it. You don't you always start it off?
Yeah, but I don't know what we're talking about because I left it up to you.
We talking about infidelity in the marriage or in the relationship.
A committed relationship.
And can it survive?
So this will probably be a 2-part. Because I think we both have a lot to put into this conversation. From a woman's point and from a man's point, sometimes we don't see the conversation the same, but we can agree to disagree, right?
I'm stuck on this. You got a lot to put in. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not talking about like a lot to put in, but I'm just saying like I have a lot to say, but it can differ from a man and a woman. Like sometimes a woman see things different than a man. And y'all side, y'all be want to be right, we be want to be right, but at the end of the day, it's just agree to disagree. Cause y'all be wrong anyway, so we just have to just make it seem like y'all right. But what you think? Put yours in first. What you think?
Well, I mean, I think it can survive. I'm pretty sure. I mean, because we didn't, been down that road. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who was the cheater, but you know what I mean. We done been down that road.
You was.
Damn. Don't. But yeah, I think it can survive because I mean, if you want that relationship, bad enough. I mean, I suppose, right? I mean, y'all love each other. Why not? I think you can work through anything. To be honest with you.
I think so. I think for people that's known us a long time, they tend to ask me, how do I stay? Or how do you manage to stay after something like that has happened? And looking back, I can tell them, but during the process, you can't tell them because your feelings are like all over the place. But I know one thing you told me was, and I agree because I've seen it on all these shows and stuff. If I take you back, I can't continue to bring it up and just hold it over your head. So if I take you back, I have to leave it alone. And when I decided to do that, I didn't leave it alone. So it was probably like what 10 years, 5 years after it happened.
105.
What I'm saying, it started. I can't go from 10 to 5. So like 5, 10 years after it happened, we were still talking about it.
10. Over 10. No, it wasn't 5. It was over 10.
He would know, wouldn't he?
I was here.
So let's break this conversation up. What are the reasons?
But first, like you said earlier, because I caught what you said, keep people out your business.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like if you talking to a therapist, that's fine. You know, it's not as long as it's a therapist who's not like who's not hurt and broken herself.
Yeah.
Because some of these therapists be putting their own traumas and stuff onto your relationship, and they end up hurting the relationship more than helping. Because I've noticed that sometimes. So picking a good therapist that you're gonna talk to.
So depending on the sex of the therapist, they could be on the same sex side and not the opposite sex. I agree. I learned that talking to people during our process of what we were doing, they'd be like, "Oh, you need to leave your husband. Oh, girl, you need to leave him." And I was stupid because I stayed. And
you taking advice from bros,
from single people
who got jacked up relationships themselves, who don't have successful relationships.
Well, I wouldn't say advice.
Who ain't been in relationships for 20 plus years.
But I wouldn't say I was taking advice. I would just say I was venting, and they had their opinion.
They had input.
Okay. Yeah.
What did I have to learn from some of the stuff that we have gone through over the years? Sometimes we just need you to listen and shut up. Keep your opinion to yourself. Just listen and shut up.
Yeah. But we learned that too from Shane and Rodney. Hey y'all. I learned that from her. Like talking to her. Like sometimes we just want to vent and we don't want your opinion on anything. We just want to talk and we want y'all to listen.
That's hard, bro. Because I'm a fixer. So if you're going to tell me your problems, before you even finish, I got a solution. And it's hard to just sit there and be like.
But sometimes as women, we just want to talk. We just want to cry. And then on top of our feelings, when you add your input, we just be like, man, F it. Because you just done.
Because I'm straight to it.
And we don't need that all the time.
And I don't want to hear all that other stuff and stop that crying. Grow some nuts and stop crying.
It ain't that easy. But anyway.
It should be.
So to
gather it together.
To divide this conversation up, infidelity, what causes that? So when we had that in our relationship, what was the cause of the infidelity? Was it me? Was it you? Like, what was it? Because I think sometimes
you wasn't giving up no butt, and I'm a raging horn dog because it's good to me, and you wasn't giving up. And it was like we were doing it like rabbits in the beginning of the relationship. And then just like they say, when you get married, it stops. That is so true. When you get married, it stops. And I was like, hold up. This is not what it's about to be for me, buddy. If she don't want to cooperate, I'm going to stop begging. Because who beg? I'm not begging.
So was that all it was, or was it more than that? Because
your attitude was nasty. You had a nasty attitude. You were hard to talk to. You were hard to deal with. You didn't care about nobody else's feelings but your own. So, I mean, it doesn't sound like I'm putting it all on you, but I mean, it's just what it was. For me, that's how I saw it. It was all your fault. Now, I mean, of course, I had to come back and take accountability for my actions. I'm not gonna tell you that, but I take accountability for what I did. I should just had more patience with you. Should have been more caring and understanding. But it is what it is, you know.
So while you were out there cheating,
Who cheated?
what would
Why you keep putting that label on me?
so
We were separated.
no.
Entertained people.
You was cheating before we separated. You were cheating and you came home and you was like, F this, I don't want to be married no more. Get out.
You wasn't cleaning the house. You were a stay-at-home wife and you wasn't doing nothing.
But again, like you just said, going back to the beginning of our relationship, how did we know what we supposed to do? We didn't know what we were supposed to do. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Well, I knew, but like I didn't know your expectations of what you wanted me to do sitting at home.
I told you what my expectations was. You didn't care. I labeled out my expectations because this is how my grandma had kept her house. So I assumed, you know what I'm saying, because your mama kept her house the same way, that was going to trickle down on you, and it didn't. You wanted the stay-at-home title, but you didn't want to be the stay-at-home wife. So while I'm out here slaving all day, working for the man, I got to come home to a junky house, no food cooked, kids crying.
The kids was not crying. So you being extra. The kids was never crying. The kids was on the schedule.
That's what they say in the movies. Kids crying.
But this is no movie. This is real life right here. So
and the wife ain't putting out.
So when you decided to step out, what were you looking for?
Somebody who's gonna put out.
That's it?
That's all I want.
That's all you wanted, but is that all?
That's all I wanted.
But what about the extra?
What's the extra? My little $40. I mean, you got to give him $40 because you got to make him feel like you know what I'm saying. You're not just there for that.
So let me tell you,
you got to make them feel like, you know what I'm saying, they're getting something out the deal.
So let me tell you how I find out.
Oh, your son broke that TV. Don't worry about it. I got it for you.
Let me tell you how I found out.
Oh, you need a ride to work.
So one day we was at his grandma's house on Sunday afternoon, and me, him, the older two, we just had them two at the time, Shania and Ian, and we was at his grandma's house, and he was just like, that was you. He was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to the store. And I was like, okay, I ain't think nothing about it. So I was sitting there and he had called, but this is when we had Sprint back in the day. And I don't know what kind of phone I had, but it was pink. And so he left, and then I just looked at my phone and it was a missed call and it was a voicemail. And when I pushed play on that voicemail, all I heard was, oh no, I can't believe it. And I told his grandma, I was like, oh my God, like, listen. And so he pulled up and I had called him and he was like, I'm coming back from the store. And so when he came back to his grandma's house, I was just like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, it was a little pocket dial, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't help that, you know. I was fresh in these streets out here, so you got to be able to cover your tracks.
So when I told him, he was like, "Oh, that wasn't me." What? It says Jamal on my phone. It wasn't you. So then
it ain't what you thought you heard.
So then we went back home, and so it was like a couple days later. Like I would go. So this is when my mom and daddy was living up here, and I would go to my mom and daddy's house, and he usually would go. So I was like, "You want to go?" He was like, "No." So I ain't thinking about it. And when I came home, her name was on the caller ID, and I was like, Why is she calling here? So one thing I know now that I didn't know then, like, why is you calling a woman? She don't owe you nothing. So when I called her, that's what she said. She was like, you need to check your man. Don't check me because he was calling me. So then, you young and stuff, you kind of try to work through it. You can get past it, but you got to think about what I think about is how it happened, how long it happened, the stuff in between while it was happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like different stuff that makes you want to move on and be happy, but it's in the back of your mind that stuff is still playing. But I mean,
yeah. So talk about how you felt and how you went around it, and you know what I'm saying, like how you moved past it, or did you not move past it?
So it took me 10 years. I finally got over it, but I I I don't know how. It was a process. Um and he was saying, I'm trying, but I'm just not gonna keep trying like that. And so I just had to take the conscious effort to say, well,
I know how you did it.
ah,
Because I told you I wasn't dealing with them conversations no more. Like if you gonna sit here and keep dealing with that and bringing it up every time I turn around, then I'm gonna stop responding. And either you just gonna have to trust it or you not.
and then I also took what my mama said. You can't trust them no further than you can see them, because if they want to cheat, they're gonna cheat anyway. So it was a little bit of that. So what would be the difference? You said people you trust. So who would be people you trust? Because we didn't have that. We ain't had it.
Well, people who you know. Like I feel like it should be people that you know who got your best intentions in mind, right?
So you think?
Well, I mean, you should know them well enough to know they have your best intentions.
Agree.
So, and especially if they have somewhat of a healthy relationship themselves, if they're in a relationship, or that they're level-headed, they're not, heavily emotional. So you can have a conversation with them. They're not going to immediately jump out here and everything that they give you as far as advice is based off the trauma that they have already received from other people. Don't unload your trauma on me because you upset that something happened to you, and now you sitting over here, you see what I'm going through
and use it
in
as
your
opportunity.
eyes. You know what I'm saying? You see what you're going through, what I'm going through, is you went through it too in your situation. You see what I'm saying? So don't bring that trauma over here on this side. Because who are we really helping? You're not helping me at that point.
And I feel like conversations like this, you're gonna see it different, and I'm gonna see it different, because how you say the details don't matter. The details do matter. Like the details matter of how it happened. That's how you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's
The details matter to you. They matter to you because you were there. You went through them.
Yeah.
But as far as the conversation goes, like, this is where I am. You know what I'm saying? So where should I go from here? You don't need to know the details in that. Like, the details don't matter. If I'm telling you this is where I am and this is what's happening, like, why I feel the way I feel, I don't need you to I don't need to tell you, oh well, yesterday at 2 o'clock he was doing this, or yesterday at 5 o'clock he was doing this, or 10 years ago he was doing this, and 12 years ago this is what it was. 6 years ago this is what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that's not necessary. I don't feel like it's necessary. Like, give me, because I'm straightforward anyway. So give me the details of me. What's important? Give me the cliff notes. I don't need to know every little intimate thing that happened, every little conversation that you saw, and I don't. And if you tell me about a conversation, I don't need to know word for word what the text was, because the word for word ain't important. Pull out something important in there. This is a line that I saw. I'm not going to tell you this 15, 20, back and forth text messages that y'all had, because I don't need to read all that. Because the first one might be, "How was your day?" or "What up, big head?" You know what I'm saying?
You know what those texts is? Hey, big head.
Yeah, I mean, all that's not it's not important. Not to me.
So why is it that when infidelity come up in a conversation with a couple, it's always one person that's not as transparent as the other?
Because you always feel like you're not gonna like you're not gonna like what I have to say. If I'm, you know what I'm saying, being honest and truthful. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you're gonna take it personal. And especially from a man's side of it. I'm gonna tell you, like a lot of the times we just do stuff just because, you know, just because. There's no emotion behind it. There's no second thought behind it. But a lot of times some of the women on receiving it on the other end, they're gonna get emotionally attached to it. So they're gonna feel a certain type of way about what you're doing for them. But for the dude, it's just a means to an end. I might be doing this just to open up this door. Well, I might be doing this over here just so I can get a little closer over on this side. I don't really care nothing about how you feel. I can stop talking to you today if I wanted to. I just choose not to because I ain't done doing what I'm doing, or I haven't achieved what I'm trying to achieve. Meanwhile, you over here catching feelings because I might be spending a little bit more time with you. Well, what you feel and how I feel ain't the same.
So
I just ain't telling you yet.
So at the end, what makes it hard to choose?
Because you out there doing whatever you doing because you in your mind is justified, and over here on this side in this relationship, something's not right over here, and it hasn't been fixed yet. So because it ain't been fixed yet, I'm not willing to give that up over there because this over here I know is still broken.
So what happens when the situation over there approaches the situation over here? As far as the two women.
What do you mean approaches? What does that
So
mean?
if you're in a relationship and the person over here is cheating, what do you do as the middleman when the woman that's being cheated with called the person that's being cheated on, or if they cross paths? What do you do in a situation like that? Because we all know when you being
Plausible deniability. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
so 20 years later, I chose to stay, and me staying wasn't always an easy choice because it's always that what did I do last time to make him do that, and me trying to make sure it doesn't happen again. Now, of course, talking to different people, they always say it's just the woman or the person that's being cheated on, they don't do anything. What's that line? It ain't you, it's me. That's the line, but it has to be something. So I just tend, 20 years later, and even people that know me, like some of my clients, they be like, "Oh my God, how did you stay?" Or even a couple of my clients, they be like, "Girl, I'm so proud of you. Like how far the growth between us we've came that has happened." They be like, "I'm so proud of you," but never was it easy. Sometimes I even thought about, did I make the right choice staying? Because he done made me look dumb a plethora of times.
That made you look dumb. What do you mean made you look dumb? How? Because